We haven't seen many sunrises or sunsets because the sky's been quite hazy. But that looks to be a beauty this morning. I wonder how the husky is. Let's see what I can get for breakfast today.
That dog was lovely. Had a lovely dog. A few of the locals, Karim said he feeds it sometimes. I think a few of them feed it. It is actually owned by someone apparently, but every now and then they just go away, and when they go away they just leave it. It gets outside and it just fends for itself, and it has to get by, and it does.
Well, we were telling them last night about that in the UK you sort of don't have stray dogs. You know, everyone, if you have a dog, it's on a lead, and you know, and he couldn't get over. No dogs, he said, are on a lead here. They just couldn't get their heads around it, that we take them for a walk on a lead.
But that was a lovely stay. That was really fantastic there. We were treated like royalty. People are so nice. Well, thank you, Karim. I'm so glad we met you. Wish you all the best in life and hope you achieve all your dreams. Say hello to your mum. And thank you, Mohammed and Zachary, for just looking after us. Really beautiful. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Follow the channel. Loads more Morocco coming yet. We're heading to the Kasbah, then on to Marrakech. Lisa's booked us a hotel. It was very hard to find one. We didn't want to be in the Medina and have to wind our way through busy, narrow streets.
Yeah, the bike's too big. The bike's too big to do.
The bike's so big, we didn't want that, and also just draws a lot of attention to yourself. Unwanted attention. But also we needed to be close enough to the Medina that we could walk in. We had trouble finding one, we did in the end. Hopefully it'll be okay, but it's got private parking for a big dog. Lovely dog though, smiled at me. We haven't had our rabies jabs. We left it too late. You have to have them, like, we were going to do it, and then we just thought you could get it done a week before.
Well, I looked it up and it said it was just a precautionary, you didn't have to do it. And then a week before we were going to come out, there was like a massive news bulletin where a lady had sadly passed away from just getting a scratch on holiday in Agadir. And it just sent me into a world of panic. I didn't think for 1 second that you could get rabies from a scratch. I just thought, well, it's just from a bite. And also, they were saying you could even get it from their saliva. So for about 24 hours, I did have a complete and utter breakdown. So we looked up trying to get the jabs quickly, but you needed to have them over like a month period. But then Mark went through and was trying to show me statistics of how rare it is. I know something was, you know, this lady did obviously pass away, but he was showing me different random things that are more likely to get trampled on by a cow. Yeah, after a day or two I did calm down, but it has made me, I mean, it is good that news bulletin came out, because you know, Mark will stroke every single dog, let them lick him and everything like that. So I said to him, could you just be a bit careful? But normally, I'm not scared of dogs at all, so even if they sort of barked at me, I'm not bothered. But I have been really cautious because I just don't want to take any unnecessary risk. I have been really, like, every time a cat's gone near me or a dog or anything like that, I've just really kept my distance. And obviously if I come back again, I will definitely get my rabies jab. Someone else was saying to us, I think Mark asked a couple of friends who said, even if you have the jab, if you did get a bite or something like that, it still doesn't mean that you won't get it. It just obviously cuts it down. You'd have to have like another jab when you get back. But definitely I'll do a bit more research, speak to my doctors. I do think Mark finds it hard because Mark is such an animal person. He absolutely loves anything really. Even if he's allergic to cats, still really struggles where some of them looked really underfed. So most of our dinners seem to have gone on them. Mark has always had a dream coming to Morocco, to making it to the Sahara Desert. It wasn't my dream, it's just not something I've thought of. But what Mark was trying to say to me is, I would have rather have done a few other trips first and then maybe come to Morocco. But he said to me, we're just not getting any younger, and maybe some of the trips that maybe might scare me a little bit or out of my comfort zone. He said, I just think we're better off doing it while we're younger. You just don't know what could happen. You know, as you're getting older, you're just not as agile. It's quite enduring. This is like a adventure holiday / endurance test. I mean, obviously where we're filming, it is a lot of work. But just like the terrain, the heat, the elements that we're subjected to. And you know, just when I thought about it, what he was saying, I just thought to myself, I think he's right. You know, like you only got to have like arthritis, or, you know, it's more uncomfortable being on the bike for that amount of time. Things get tricky. I just think the older you get, you would just think, oh, I think that's a bit too much. So I don't know, I just thought about it and I thought, do you know what, he's right. He was saying as we get older, we can always go like staying around country, we can go to France, we can go to countries where it's not as far or as easy as for us to do. And no one knows what tomorrow will bring, no one knows what we'll be able to do. So I just thought, do you know what, I think he's right, I'm just going to push myself. And at times it has got a little bit difficult, but what an experience. I cannot tell you. I've seen things I've never seen in my life. Things that I will hold in my heart forever. Just seeing and experiencing the landscape, the culture, how another country lives so differently from our country.
So that guy, I don't think his audio will pick up because the mic was on the engine. What he was saying is he's a snake man, works for the Atlas Film Studios. He done work with the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, The Legionnaire. And he was saying, I'm a snake man, I handle cobras and I handle scorpions. But he said, welcome to Morocco, and he said, be careful on the road of the gravel, take it slowly. So I must take it slowly now today. This road is stunning.
One would think we'd get bored of the road after so many days. It's just a road after all, going from some place to another, A to B, especially with all the effort involved of riding a heavy and laden down motorcycle along the course of a crumbling mountain road. The concentration of one's mind, gravel, sand, fool's edges, fast cars, wide, greedy trucks, not to mention the glaring sun, the wild-eyed, dusty children, the lost ghost dogs of a forgotten world, sad screaming donkeys and half-starved, bone-thin cats. The Snake Man was right. It's a hell of a road. One cannot blink. When did he last come this way and why? How? By motorcycle, car, donkey, roller skate, bicycle or foot? I wonder, yet I shall never know. The road does not grate on me though. It's really quite exhilarating, like a game, one with everything at stake. We breathe and focus without thinking. It's second nature. I and the machine and I. She, the machine, is breathing. She is hot, yet unfazed by any of it, just going through the motions she was built to perform. She smiles inside. She thinks, thank the mechanical gods of steel and iron, I'm out here and not in a garage, a trailer, a crate, or a showroom. For this is where I'm meant to be. I am born to run, and so it is written. My heart pumping the sweet golden oil, my life burning through the fuel. The fuel is my time here, the fuel and the hand. Time is fuel, but yet we need the hand of time, his hand, and the fuel is my everything. The Snake Man was right. Slowly, slowly, rocks on the road, the crater potholes littered like clusters of wild flowers on a bright, damp April morning. I hear the Snake Man's voice in the wind. Slowly, slowly, rocks, gravel, the trucks, mind the bend, watch the edge. His eyes were bright green, strange eyes, hypnotizing electric daggers penetrating the mind, and so the mind is ridden. The road bends and slivers up and downwards, crawling over the timeless broken mountains, winding its way to the ancient city of Marrakech, home of the slivering prisoners, the wretched slaves from the square of sadness and pain, the helpless ones with their fangs ripped out and their mouths sewn shut. They're slowly dying a cruel, torturous death, and still the tourists pay for photographs. Still they watch the show. Man's dark heart is not completely hidden by his laughing and clapping in the square. Watching a reptile, unable to eat because its jaws are sewn shut. Snakes don't dance, be Dion and walk on by the square of sadness. We are heading there. Maybe, or are we being dragged or drugged under a spell or a curse? We follow this road to Marrakech, and I do not know why. And so it is written. The road bends and slivers up and downwards, crawling over the timeless broken mountains. Looking down from the sky at the road, one sees it's a snake. A long, giant, black snake. What was it Jim said? There's a dagger on the edge of town. Ride the King's Highway, baby. Weird scenes inside the gold mine. Ride the highway west, baby. Ride the snake, ride the snake. Is this the snake, Jim? Is the square of sadness the gold mine? The road of 1,000 Kasbahs, a king's road, a giant snake from Ouarzazate to Marrakech. An ancient royal road that can turn around and bite you at any time. Don't trust the snake. A snake is only ever a snake. The rocks and the dust represent the many times the snake has shed its skin, transforming itself to a new. Don't trust the snake, but trust the snake charmer in the square of sadness less. Leave the snakes under the hot rocks and get a bloody job. They say if a snake appears in one's dream, it can indicate something unpredictable or untamed going on in one's life. Snakes can mean change or the power to overcome obstacles in front of you, or letting go of the old and reaching for the new. I feel like Ali Baba unraveling the riddle of the Snake Man. Is the road the snake? Is that what the Snake Man meant? Was he the king of the road, or the road king, or just a simple, wandering road god? I'm starting to wonder if he was even there. So I ride the snake long, at one with the machine, slowly, slowly, but not too slowly, and so it is written. Marrakech will arrive to us more than we will arrive to her. I am cautious, I sense an ill wind, yet I ride the snake onwards, for if I don't, it will strike.
This road, it's just over a car wide. Lorries only just fit on it, so a couple of the bends, if we encountered a lorry, I don't know what we'd have actually done. I was trying to just keep over and keep as slow as we could. We was in second gear for a lot of the time on that road.
started bibbing. I said to Mark, maybe bib before you go
Lisa
around.
come up with the idea of bibbing around the corners. The one thing with that, it was okay when I got my hand on it, but sometimes I have to look. I'm not 100% where, it's not a natural place where I bib. So I don't, and I didn't, you can't take your eyes off the road for a second. If you haven't got a second to look.
I don't want my mum to watch this episode.
You haven't got a second to look at your hand. You
No.
have to 100% be on this road. Gravel, potholes, and you've just got to be ready to stop dead at any time. They are. They're noisy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like an alarm. Oh, we've just had the most amazing, and I'd like to say scary ride this morning. We're going all the way to this Kasbah, like this guy Eunice recommended it. He said the road is incredible, and it was incredible. But the only thing is, I think it's like one of the older roads where it's not been done. So a lot of the edges were really gravelly. So we resorted to beeping going around the corners. But the scenery was absolutely stunning. So we've just stopped at the Kasbah. We're actually going to go and have a look. And there's got a little terrace here. I'm going to stop to bite to eat, have a little drink, cool down. It was a lot of concentration for Mark. I was concentrating, I wasn't even driving.
So we're sitting here going to have a nice drink. We've just ordered a tagine to share. We're not that hungry, but I think I need to eat something else. Guy's making us some mint tea. There's some beautiful shops over there. I just fell in love with a ring, so I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. No idea. Beautiful silver ring with an onyx stone in it. But the guys over behind me are smoking the nicest bit of hash. God, it smells lovely. Sam Lewis, wish you were here, mate. You'd be all over this. Me and Lisa are addicted to the mint tea. Neither of us have sugar in our coffee at home. We mostly drink black coffee with no sugar. But once you have this mint tea with sugar, they drink it with lots of sugar. Once you have the sugar in it, it's kind of like, wow. Lovely backdrop where we're sitting. So we're not really ready for lunch, but we just needed something else. So we've gone for like a chicken and fig tagine. There's an egg, figs, walnuts and chicken. Just a little light lunch and obviously some bread, always with bread. First time I tried the figs here, absolutely beautiful.
That's got a lot of flavour.
It's a really, really strange mix, but absolutely divine. The walnuts and the figs together with the chicken. And the sauce is just lovely. The only thing I'm not sure about is the egg. I don't know if I want the egg with it. That was so nice. Had prunes in it as well. Prunes, figs, walnuts, chicken. The flavour and the bread was the best bread we've had since we've been here. Someone just kneaded that out and cooked it on one of them stone ovens. Even Lisa like that. She was a bit funny when we pulled in here. She wasn't that hungry, but she just ate half my meal. I could eat that again. Lovely.
I wasn't even going to order anything. Honestly, that was the best tagine I've had. It was just like the chicken, figs, walnuts.
Had a really sweet flavour.
Yeah, but it was really full of flavour. So I said I didn't want one, and Mark said you can try a bit of mine. Just eating half of it. Beautiful.
Yeah, luckily it come with 2 pieces of chicken, but
Quite big pieces, weren't they?
I definitely could have eaten all of it. But we're eating light, and then I think it's keeping us quite healthy eating light in the
Because
daytime.
sometimes not sure what to try or find somewhere.
So often we eat at home and we end up being really bloated, don't we?
Yeah.
We pick a lot at night.
Giant packets of chocolate buttons in the evening.
These Cadbury's, big bar, Cadbury's chocolate.
Come on.
Galaxy counters. That was really good food. So we're at Telouet. Telouet Kasbah, and the people here can really cook good food. Really good food. Oh, that was such a nice meal. It was beautiful. I want to go and look in this shop, Tapis de Cactus, because it's really nice in here. I'll go and see if the guys come back. I see a ring in here I like. I'm going to see if we can find it.
There was a car, there was a key, there was a momentarily pause before the war. There was a dream, there was a queen, there was a crumbling collapse of all there was before. Then there was just me. Then there was just me. Then there was just poor me. Tore up all the room. My heart burst like a balloon. Tore up all of the room. My heart burst like a balloon. There was a car, there was a key, and there was a jump from a spark from a plug as she left my street. I sat in a storm, stood in a church. I knelt with my head in the oven, imagining life without hurt. And then there was just me. Then there was just me. Then there was just poor me. Tore up all of the room. My heart burst like a balloon. Tore up all of the room.
bursts like a balloon. Tore up all the room. My heart bursts like a balloon.